Today, I'm going to show you how I prep ahead for the week to save lots of time in the kitchen while eating fresh meals all week long. Hey guys, I'm Laura, and in this YouTube channel, I typically show you how to make a recipe in 3 minutes or less, with new recipes coming out every single week. But today, I'm going to show you how you can take the recipes in this channel or the ones from the MOMables meal plans and prep them ahead of time. The hour of prep time today will save you about 5 or more hours of prep, cooking, and cleanup time throughout the week. Here I have 5 meal ideas and recipes from the MOMables meal plans, which you can find here and in the description box below this video. On the menu this week, we'll be making a slow cooker chicken noodle soup, butternut squash and chickpea tacos, my family's favorite skillet lasagna, pancake, eggs, and fruit salad for breakfast night, and we're also having a movie and pizza night for the kids on Friday. I'm also going to make salad for the week and show you how I store it in the fridge. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is have a printout of your recipes on hand and all the ingredients that belong to the recipes on the counter. If you have limited counter space, you can tackle 1 or 2 recipes at a time and get the necessary ingredients for the next recipes out and move on to the rest. The first recipe we're going to prep today is the slow cooker chicken noodle soup. While the slow cooker is a great set it and forget it appliance, some recipes do require a little prep. For the chicken, I've gone ahead and purchased a rotisserie chicken so I can use half of it in the recipe and save the rest for chicken salad lunches this week. I'm just going to separate the meat and place half of it directly in the bowl of the slow cooker and save the rest for the chicken salad. To the chicken, I'm just going to add the rest of the ingredients. Now once they're all in there, I'm going to cover the bowl of my slow cooker with some plastic wrap and refrigerate this bowl for tomorrow. Since this takes up a lot of space in the fridge, it's going to be the first recipe that I make this week. Now, the ceramic bowl of the slow cooker doesn't fit in your fridge. You can place all the ingredients in a zip bag and the next day, place the contents in the slow cooker, set your timer, and let it cook. In the final 15 to 20 minutes, that's when I'll add the pasta and dinner will be ready. All right, so that was day 1. And next, we're gonna stay true to our Taco Tuesday tradition with roasted butternut squash and chickpea tacos. Here's the deal. If you're making traditional ground beef tacos, you can cook your beef today, refrigerate it, and simply warm it up 2 days later. That alone will save you 10 or more minutes and some cleanup time. For today's butternut squash and chickpea tacos, roasting them ahead of time is definitely a time saver because the oven usually takes about 10 minutes to preheat and then the 30 minutes of roasting time. And since Tuesdays we get home late from karate, this is one step I like to have done as much as I can ahead of time. So let's begin by combining the taco seasoning, lime juice, olive oil, and water in a bowl. Let's add in the chickpea and squash cubes and toss to combine. We're gonna place these on a lined baking sheet and roast for 30 minutes while we move on to the next recipe. Now once they're roasted and cooled down, I'm going to store them for later in a glass storage container. All I have to do is warm the chickpea and butternut squash taco filling on Tuesday and serve it with the remaining toppings, and just like that, taco night is done. Of course, you can check out the recipe in this video or in the link below in the description box. All right, on to day 3. This is one of my family's favorite skillet meals, lasagna. We're going to save time by doing most of the work on the skillet, up until the point where you add the pasta. We'll leave that for Wednesday, since it only takes about 12 to 15 minutes to cook, depending on the pasta that you use. Prepping this will shave off a good 30 minutes. For the skillet lasagna, I'm going to begin by cooking my Italian sausage until it's nearly browned and cooked through. And then I'm going to add the minced garlic. Once the sausage is cooked, we're going to stir in the tomato sauce and seasoning. Let's simmer this for about 10 minutes so the tomato sauce cooks and then turn off the heat. Once this cools down to room temperature, we're going to transfer it into the container. So all I have to do Wednesday is add water to the pan, bring it to a boil, and add the pasta and cook. Since we get home around 7 from swim practice, this is the perfect meal to come home to and refuel. While the kids get changed and put away their gear, I can finish off this meal and have it on the table in no time with a salad. By this point, your fridge is probably getting full, but don't worry, the rest of the week won't be going in there, except the salad. But I'll show you how I prep that shortly. Moving on to Thursday, my kids' favorite night since it's breakfast for dinner. This week, my kids requested pancakes with scrambled eggs, so what I'm going to make ahead of time today are my pancakes. In this bowl, I'm going to combine my flour, baking powder, and salt. Then I'm going to add the milk, egg, and butter and mix to combine. I'm going to cook these on the griddle, and once cooked and cooled down to room temperature, I'm going to place them on a lined baking sheet and freeze them. Once frozen, I'm going to transfer them into a zip bag and back in the freezer they go. Now on breakfast night, while I cook my eggs and chop up some berries, all I have to do is toast the pancakes and serve them up. You'll find the recipe for these amazingly fluffy pancakes in the description box below this video. Friday, we're having movie night, and I want to stay out of the kitchen as much as possible and be able to sit down with the kids to watch a movie. So I'm going to make our 7-minute flatbread pizzas ahead of time, freeze them, and just bake them when I need them. Prepping these pizzas is super simple, and you can get the kids involved. All you have to do is place the pre-made pizzas on a baking sheet, freeze them, and once frozen, wrap them individually to bake later. The final thing I'm going to show you is how I make a large salad for a few meals this week. In a large container, I'm going to add some washed lettuce, some chopped tomatoes, cucumbers, and slivered almonds. This basic salad can be topped with fresh avocados, berries, and anything else you might want to add on top. What's great is that you can also make your favorite salad dressing and keep it in the fridge for up to a week. You'll find a link to the meal plans right below this video, plus the links to the recipes that you saw me prep. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below this video your favorite things to prep ahead of time and how you make it easier to eat fresh throughout the week. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up. For more videos like this one, browse our YouTube channel and subscribe. See you soon.